Hi, let me introduce you BOHH Labs Security Gateway. The BOHH Security Gateway is an endpoint to your systems. It secures up the way that your cloud, your internet is able to work. We have a bot engine, a secure gateway itself, the NIGHT, which separates out the requester, whether that be a human being or a device, an IoT part, from the request. The NIGHT passes the request through to the Reeve. Now, the Reeve is an AI engine. It checks a few things out before passing it through to the AI connector, the bailiff, which also possesses a natural language processing engine. The bailiff, with its processing engine, is able to pass the request out to either another gateway sitting just in front of you or behind your firewall, or to the database servers, your SaaS, your desktop, your IoT devices, your document stores, or any other endpoint that you need to be working with. So, what about the firewall, I hear you say? Why do we need yet another device? Well, just think about it. Over the past X number of years, there has been many breaches of networks. Millions of records have been stolen from email servers. Millions and millions of dollars has disappeared out of bank accounts. All these systems had firewalls in place. They were all protected, so we thought, by firewalls. So how did this happen? Firewalls are what they are. They're perimeter defense. It does not prevent and protect the entire system from hacks. This points to one of the biggest issues with security. So human error. Firewalls are there, but they're easily bypassed. A lot of hacking attempts and security errors are just due to people doing the wrong thing or clicking malicious links, which enable things to get through that firewall. So why is our approach different? What does BOHH do that is different to your standard people? Well, first of all, we have an application which sits and protects your network from these malicious attacks. It's made up of three parts. We have the NIGHT, who's the gatekeeper. The NIGHT separates out the request from the requester, making sure that the item or the individual never gets through and past your firewall. The NIGHT passes the request through to the Reeve. The Reeve is an AI engine. It's an in-memory container, and that in-memory container does not allow interaction with anything else. It's called by opening up a dynamic port, which is a one-use only port. It does some checks with the AI engine. It does some checks to make sure there's no piggybacking, to make sure that there's no denial of service attacks and other attacks going on. Once it's happy, it passes the connection through to the bailiff. The bailiff again is an AI system in memory container, but it also possesses a natural language processing engine. It is able to determine what you want to do, and it will then connect to the back-end system securely, whether that be a database server, a desktop, one of your back office applications, or a document store. So that is why the BOHH approach is different. We have this one system made up of three parts, which separates out any would-be attacker and stops it at source. So let's take a look at that in more detail. Step one. By isolating a request and the personal device making it, we help mitigate any other requests trying to hop onto the original request and get into the network. Step two, the NIGHT makes a call to the Reeve asking for a dynamic port to be allocated and open for that one request. The Reeve is an in-memory container with an AI engine. This engine checks the request for a range of malicious queries. Assuming all is good, it signs and sends the request to the next area. At step three, the Reeve then makes a call to the bailiff, who again will open up a secure in-memory container, allowing secure transport of the request to pass in. The bailiff does a few checks on the request before engaging its natural language engine, the NLP, which decides where the request should be targeted. If it is to another BOHH server sitting directly beside its firewall, the bailiff will sign and encrypt the request prior to sending it. So we talk threat prevention. BOHH is one weapon in your armory of threat prevention. While it is important, it is not the only one. You also need to make sure that your staff and colleagues understand security threats. This is the most important weapon in the armory, as without their support, you will be relying on threat detection. And once you are here, it's all about learning. How did the hacker get in? What information was stolen? How can I prevent it happening again? These are expensive, time-consuming, and in some cases fatal questions that you need to be asking. So once you have that squatter, they're hard to evict and expensive to clean up after. And then there is the bot. A major part of any security approach is the user interface. Too hard? People will not use it, placing thousands and sometimes millions of dollars of investment at risk. Too easy? It may be open to hacks. Somewhere there is an interface that allows easy use, but is hard to exploit. This is where our AI engine becomes your user friend. Using natural language, it can have a dialogue with any of your systems in a secure yet very easy way. It is compatible with all of today's bot platforms, such as Siri, Google Assistant, and Alexa. It has its own easy to integrate HTML, Android, and iOS endpoints. So I hope you can see why BOHH Labs is different to other security companies. We're not looking for things that have happened. We are looking to prevent things before they become a problem for you.